Navigating changes in Canada's International Student Program. What you need to know. Greetings, fellow international students, and welcome to Canada Chronicles. Today, we're diving deep into the recent reforms announced by the Canadian government regarding the International Student Program. With sustainability and integrity in mind, Ottawa has unveiled a series of changes aimed at reshaping the landscape for international students in Canada. From provincial attestation letters to extended post-graduation work permits, there's a lot to unpack. So, whether you're a prospective student, a current enrollee, or simply curious about the evolving landscape of studying abroad, you've come to the right place. If you're ready to navigate these reforms like a pro and make the most of your international student experience in Canada, hit that subscribe button and join our community today. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Let's embark on this journey together, empowering ourselves with knowledge and seizing every opportunity that comes our way. Stay tuned for more valuable insights and practical tips on thriving as an international student in Canada. Let's dive in. Ottawa, February 5, 2024. More information is being released to clarify the announcement surrounding the implementation of a national cap on the receipt of study permit applications as well as other changes. International students make important contributions to Canada's campuses, communities, and economy. However, Canada have seen unsustainable growth in the international student program in recent years. The recently announced reforms will support sustainable population growth in Canada and improve the integrity of the system, while helping to ensure that international students have a positive experience in Canada. 1. Sealing and certification letter issued by provinces and territories. As of 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, on January 22, 2024, most new international post-secondary students, college or undergraduate, must provide a letter of provincial attestation, LAP, from a province or a territory with their study permit application. Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada, RCC, will return any application received without LAP, unless waived. This certificate will provide proof that the students have been taken into account within the framework of a provincial or territorial allocation, that is to say, within the national ceiling. Provinces and territories have been asked to put in place a plan for issuing certification letters by March 31, 2024. The Government of Canada is working with the Government of Quebec to determine how the Quebec Certificate of Acceptance for Studies could serve as LAP. International students whose applications were received by RCC before 8:30 a.m. on January 22, 2024, as well as those whose study permit application has already been approved and who intend to travel to Canada under a future program, do not need to take additional measures to take the sealing into account. Who needs a provincial attestation letter? Most post-secondary study permit applicants. Most non-degree graduate programs, e.g. certificate programs and graduate diplomas. Any other person not included in the list of exceptions below. Who does not need a provincial attestation letter? People who attend primary or secondary school. Students enrolled in a master's or doctoral program. Students visiting or part of an exchange program. Holders of study permits or work permits in Canada. This includes study permit holders applying for an extension. Family members of a holder of a study permit or work permit in Canada. Students whose application was received before 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time on January 22, 2024. 2. Post-graduation work permit, PTPD, update for master's graduates. Considering the fact that master's graduates have excellent chances of succeeding in the Canadian job market and obtaining permanent residence, Refugees and Citizenship Canada, RCC, have modified the duration of the PTPD so that they have the opportunity to acquire the Canadian professional experience required to apply for permanent residence. Starting February 15, 2024, a longer post-graduation work permit, lasting 3 years, will be available to individuals who graduate from a master's program of less than 2 years and meet all others PTPD eligibility criteria. The duration of PTPDs for programs other than master's degrees will continue to be determined based on the length of the study program, up to a maximum of 3 years. Who is eligible to obtain an extended postgraduate work permit, PTPD? Graduates of programs of at least 2 years duration at designated educational institutions eligible for the PTPD can benefit from a 3-year PTPD, as can graduates of master's programs of less than 2 years duration years. 3. PTPD eligibility for colleges participating in a public-private partnership. Some provinces allow public colleges to license their degree program to an affiliated private institution. In this case, students physically attend a private institution but earn a degree from a public institution. Concerns have been raised about the quality of education provided by these institutions, as well as the lack of sufficient support for students. Ontario's Auditor General was also concerned about the lack of quality control over programs and student services at these institutions. Thus, RCC has decided to restrict the number of PTPDs for these institutions, anticipating that without the possibility of applying for a PTPD, there will be a reduction in the number of foreign students enrolling in these institutions. Who is eligible for a PTPD after graduating from a public-private partnership college? Currently enrolled international students will remain eligible for a PTPD if they meet the other eligibility criteria of the program. Who is not eligible for a PTPD after graduating from a public-private partnership college? New students who enroll in this type of program will not be eligible for a post-graduation work permit. 4. Changes to spouse eligibility for open work permit. In the coming weeks, open work permit eligibility for spouses and common law partners of international students will be updated. Who can get an open work permit? Eligibility is limited to spouses and common law partners of students enrolled in graduate programs, master's and doctoral, and professional studies programs. Once these changes come into effect, spouses and common law partners of international students who wish to extend their existing work permits will continue to be eligible under this program. Who will not be eligible for an open work permit? Spouses and common law partners of international students enrolled in other levels of study, including undergraduate and college programs, will no longer be eligible for an open work permit unless they already have a work permit open under this component. As we come to the end of today's insightful discussion, I hope you feel more informed and empowered to navigate the changes in Canada's international student program. Remember, staying up to date and equipped with knowledge is essential for a successful academic journey abroad. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends who might benefit from this information. And hey, if you haven't already, consider subscribing to our channel for more valuable content on studying abroad, tips for international students, and updates on policy changes. Your support means the world to us, and by subscribing, you'll be joining a community of like-minded individuals dedicated to making the most out of their international student experience. Thank you for tuning in today, and until next time, keep striving for excellence and chasing your dreams. See you in our next video.